disharmony there. All of those different things can affect you or distract you. For every 1 minute of distraction, it takes you 7 minutes to get back into focus. Can you imagine how much time you lose for one distraction? So how important would it be to have some kind of contingency plan or some kind of plan together for when you have distractions, because they're going to happen, they're going to come. A lot of times we don't plan for those things, so make sure you keep that in mind. The second trap is disharmony. What I mean by that is there's not a clear focus on vision and mission and keeping those things in mind when you're setting the goals. Because whatever your goals are, they should be pointing you north toward your vision. And your mission is what I call the fuel that drives you toward actually reaching your vision and making that a reality. But also misaligned values. So if you value freedom, but yet you're stuck behind a desk, that's going to create an energetic force that's going to help you, well, it's going to keep you off focus or keep you off track of reaching your goal. So it's very important to make sure that your company, you are aligned with your values and that your goals are set in line with your values. Does that make sense? Absolutely. And the number one thing that happens after all of this is that you get into disbelief. And this is where you can get demotivated. This is where when you're not on track, you're kind of falling off. You start maybe questioning yourself. You may be getting off track again. And you actually set yourself up for failure by the way you set yourself, your goals. So in other words, I talk about goal getting versus goal setting. How to set your goals so that you can predictably move toward them and actually achieve them, so that you're not setting the same thing year after year after year. So you can actually make your goals predictable by how you set them, as I said before. So here are just a few little tips going toward that. As I talked about before on distractions, make sure you have a contingency plan for that. So whenever something happens, you know how you're going to automatically deal with it, because things will come up. And so what I normally have you do is just kind of make a list of the things that could possibly derail you for the year, and then come up with a solution for that. And then a process that I also teach is called AIM SMART. Anybody heard of that, AIM SMART? So the aim is, there's an acceptable goal, there's an ideal goal, and there's a minimum goal. So the acceptable is the one that be between the ideal and the minimum. In other words, setting yourself up for success versus setting yourself up for failure. Because many times we shoot for the moon, and then we go for the stars, we reach in the stars, but that's not what you wanted the moon, right? So you set up something that is achievable, that will stretch you beyond the minimum, but set yourself up for success so that you can stretch yourself and actually reach it. And then finally, on that, to make sure that you're absolutely clear on your vision and your mission and your values, and that you are aligned. Your goals are pointing you north toward those things, and you're staying within that. And so what I'm doing is a predictable goal achievement planning virtual boot camp for those that may be interested in that. It's from 10 to 1 on Wednesday, which is January 25th. And if you're interested in that, I am more than happy to give you more information. But I am going to be talking about the one small shift that you can make in setting your goals to make you more successful in achieving them. And then going into more detail on avoiding the traps that we can get into. Because, you know, it's not just about action too. To me, there has to be a balance between inner game and the outer actions that you do. And so when those things are not in line with each other, the balance is not there, you're more likely to fall off track. Then, of course, best practices for high performance and productivity within your workplace, and setting yourself up for the success that you truly want in 2017.